Let me finish my cup of hot water. Pleased to meet you. I'm Public Security Officer Qingyi. May I know the specific request you have for public security?
Shh, hold on for a second.
Oh, is that you, Manager? My apologies. I didn't recognize you while I was in autopilot mode. What are you two?
If even androids can understand the meaning of life, then perhaps humans can too.
Finished. What a classic.
What are you watching so intently?
Endbringer 2! Have you seen it, Qingyi? I've been meaning to recommend it to you.
Hold on. Just give me a second. And done. I speed-watched the whole thing. It's about an E-800 model android protecting a little girl amidst the perilous apocalypse, supporting each other through thick and thin. They gradually become attached to one another, but in the end have no choice but to part ways.
So you actually went and looked up spoilers. Watching movies like that is a real waste, officer.
I didn't look up spoilers. I simply extracted the movie from the database for data analysis and pattern recognition.
Master, this is technical jargon of an advanced artificial consciousness. Allow me to translate for— Yes, Qingyi essentially read spoilers.
The smart voice assistant you two are using seems to have quite the unique personality setting loaded into it. I happen to have a work-related matter which requires your assistance. I need to borrow some tapes to further analyze horror movies, to be exact. With mysterious forces at play, the more the better. It's for Public Security's community service program.
Huh? Just curious, but what kind of community service are you talking about?
I can tell you find the whole thing a little unusual too. Actually, I also think this community service is somewhat dull.
Which is why you activated autopilot mode, right? If only I could also handle tedious tasks while catching up on sleep.
Tedious. Ha, ha. As if the mere word tedious could encompass everything. It all began when the bigwigs at Public Security realized that no matter how many decrees they make, Internaut is still unstoppable. As a result, who else other than Officer Juyuan proposed a strategy of guiding rather than blocking? Citizens have a real need to face the hollows and can't always turn to Public Security for everything. So Internaut has naturally appeared to meet those needs. If only every Public Security officer could dedicate a set amount of time to community service, helping citizens with their actual problems. Once we establish trust between citizens and Public Security, then the plan to completely eradicate Internaut will have taken its first step.
Oh, that's a great strategy.
Indeed, Zhu Yuan proposing such a comprehensive plan is really reassuring.
It is a good plan. However, for some reason, I sense that you two might not be completely sincere. Never mind. I suppose I'm not entirely sincere myself, mainly due to the absurd demands citizens are making. For example, testing whether their fiancé would flirt with other women behind their back. Or, I suspect there's some mysterious force at work on 6th Street. Please deal with it, officer. What's worse is my assigned partner today. Ugh, that guy. One second he's proclaiming that though community service seems a little trivial, he's determined and dedicated to taking up that task. Then, before I even finished a sip of hot water, he goes bolting off on another case somewhere else, like a gust of wind weaving through the mountain. Young people these days.
Solving cases with a public security officer. Isn't it just like the plot of that one movie? I'm up for it. Count me.
I never expected the manager to be interested in—
I think Belle just wants to show off and strut around with the public security badge pinned on her coat.
If the manager is willing to assist, it would indeed be a great— However, giving you a badge is out of the question. Nominally appointing you as an assistant public security officer—
Then you go ahead, Belle. I'll look after the store.
Then I'll go ahead and clear up the other community service appointments first. Let's meet on the street later. No need to jump to any strange conclusions, Holly. Just tell me what's the matter.
Okay. Actually, it's about my good friend Teddy. He's been missing.
Missing? There doesn't seem to be any filed report. Have you been to the public security office with your parents?
No, we haven't. Dad said since we just moved away from the old metro zone, we don't have the resources to deal with Teddy right now. But I'm really worried. I've never gone so long without seeing...
That's terrible.
The assistant public security officer is right. A disappearance is not a trivial matter, and must be— Do you have a photo of—
Yes, I have tons. At least I did. But during our move, because we were in a hurry—
Not a problem. Now, I will ask you a few questions. The more accurate your answers, the higher the chance we will find Teddy. Height? Weight?
Teddy is exactly 20 centimeters shorter than me, so he's 101 centimeters tall. He's heavier than me, about
Can you describe the color and style of clothes Teddy was wearing?
a blue shark onesie.
So, Teddy must look something like this.
Whoa, you can really draw, Miss Officer. That's Teddy. But he's been gone so many—
Your case is now accepted, Citizen Hall.
Oh, thank you so much. Dad told me that the officers at public—
Don't worry. Public Security Officer Qingyi will be on— But there's one last question I need you to answer.
Okay.
When and where did you—
It was at the Gravity Cinema. I wanted popcorn, so Teddy went out to buy some. I waited until the movie was over, but...
Gravity Cinema? That's right next to the branch office, and yet it disappeared?
That does seem strange.
Good. But first, I need to escort Holly home. Let's meet later near—
PEST viewers on midrainbud.ziz/559R. PEST viewers on midrainbud.ziz/559R.
Judging from your appearance, it seems like you've...
I found a bunch of suspicious items. Pretty impressive, right? Please assess them.
Manager, why did you pick up so much trash? Don't tell me you thought all this was evident.
Huh? So it's all useless? How could that be? And I was even thinking about how to respond to the compliment.
Completely normal for a first investigation. After all, evidence doesn't just fall from the sky, you know. Let me analyze these videos. Wait a minute. What's that in your pocket?
I picked it up earlier. It's a signed poster and seemed collectible, so I thought I'd take it home.
It has value as a collectible? Then it shouldn't have been discarded so carelessly for you to find like that. Without the manager's deep knowledge of films, the handwriting is a bit smudged, but you can still make out if it was dropped by Teddy, it's worth further investigation. Look, there's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter. Quite a significant an item outside a hollow contaminated with such a high concentration. This actually makes our search easy. I've also made some progress. I discovered a suspicious vehicle that, if it's related to the disappearance, then the vehicle might also be contaminated. Let's go and check it out. Very good, Assistant Public Security Officer. As I suspected, there's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter on the rear.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go arrest the car's owner.
Huh? No, that's not how this works. Criminal investigation requires concrete evidence. We need to keep calm. Etheric residue is indeed suspicious, but this is new Eridu. There are various causes for contamination with etheric residue. We can't quite deem it something particularly strange at this stage. No worries. I'll handle surveillance of the car. I don't need to sleep anyway.
Are you sure you'll be okay if you don't rest at all, Qingyi?
Zhuyuan always expresses the same. It's just unnecessary. Everyone is acting like this. Zhuyuan, Holly, and now even the manager. Humans are indeed an interesting species, projecting so much emotion onto things that are not even alive. Though helping citizens is part of a public security officer's duties, in the end, the existence of intelligent machines is to be discarded in place of humans when danger arises. Take me, for example. Despite being an advanced model known as a 01NG6 criminal investigation automaton, I'm essentially just a bangbu with more complex functionality. And regarding life and death, I believe Teddy and I are identical. Neither of us actually cling to it. I really didn't expect Holly to be so upset.
We humans haven't become that cruel.
A most interesting species indeed. Don't worry. Bangbu or automaton, we are not as fragile as humans. Today's investigation was very fruitful. With these leads, we can apply for an official search warrant. If there's anything I need help with in the future, I'll be sure to contact you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Public Security Officer Qingyi. Please.
Seems like autopilot mode kicked in again. What do you think?
Congratulations on becoming the head of public security!
Oh, very well. As head, my first command is to stop all community service. The video store managers? Oh, seems I was having a pretty good dream just now.
You seem kind of tired.
It had been too long since I last shut down, and my processors were being occupied with redundant data. That's all. I've been keeping watch over the suspicious vehicle we identified last time, and finally caught evidence of it entering and exiting the... I've applied for personnel and carrots from public security. Once the approval goes through...
Excuse me for interrupting. I thought I saw a public... Ah, you must be Officer Qingyi. Our little Holly has really caused you trouble.
What is this for?
I'm so sorry. Kids don't understand. To trouble public security over such a matter is really making too much of a... If it was lost, it's lost. That Bangbu was old anyway. I thought I might as well buy a new one for Holly. This just reset the Bangbu and give it to her. You can tell her you found Teddy, and that'll be the end of all this.
Are you sure? Your daughter must have really cherished Teddy.
Right. Please trust that... Oh, wait a minute. I understand. If...
Huh? Qingyi? He left quite the son.
I think Teddy can still be saved. I mean, the real...
He's just a father worried about his daughter. No need to argue over the details of the investigation with him. Moreover, I just received a message indicating that it's unclear whether this Teddy number 2 will be able to... So, I've decided to handle it this way.
Did something happen, Qingyi?
Yes, the approval didn't come through. Bangbu can't be classified as people. It can't be handled as a missing persons case, only as a theft. So we can't get approval for extra personnel. This means the rescue operation in the Hollow will inevitably be delayed. And by then, Teddy's chances will be...
But deceiving Holly with a new Bangbu isn't right.
I never said we were abandoning the real Teddy. It's just that bringing the real Teddy back in one piece isn't very realistic. You haven't forgotten, have you? The biggest advantage of intelligent machines is replaceability. If an arm breaks, just attach a new one. If the body is damaged beyond repair, just get a new one. As long as we can retrieve the most core memory chip.
Good idea. No wonder you're the public security's intelligence system. You see things...
Master, stay calm. If you can't remain composed, then allow me to pour a bucket of cold cybernetic water over you. This plan has a flaw. Teddy is a model from 8 years ago, and there are aesthetic differences from this year's latest. It seems Officer Qingyi's AI system requires further iteration.
That's not a problem. The difference between the Bangbu isn't that big. Just some modifications to make it look similar to the older version.
Okay, Fairy. No need to try to prove you're better. Please search for the specific differences between the old and new versions of the Bang.
Understood. Scanning the blog. OMG, is there anything cuter than the old Bangbu models? I just wanna hug it to death. Result 1. The old version of the Bangbu has a super chubby tubby tummy. Am I the only one who loves it? Result 2. The old version of the Bangbu is super duper cute the way it sputters with its mechanical. Result 3. Wah. The previous version of the Bangbu clearly had more emotes. I miss those. Based on the results extracted from the blog, we can modify the new Bangbu's appearance based on these 3 points to
Sounds like you found some weird posts to read out loud.
You're very welcome. I am a smart voice assistant dedicated to showing you different perspectives.
In that case, the task at hand is quite clear. Let's start modifying Teddy.
Officer Qingyi, I just saw you and the video store manager on the— What? Is that Ted? This isn't Teddy.
Are you sure, Holly?
Yeah, I'm sure. Teddy is my closest friend. Teddy's ear should have a dent here from when he tried to protect me from falling one time. And Teddy's bottom should have glue on it from when I was little. The glue was stuck so strong that it wouldn't wash off. Officer Qingyi, Was it
It appears that you remember everything about... Listen, it's all because this rookie public security officer here trusted the wrong information, and we got the wrong Bang-Boo.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that I'm a very experienced public security officer. From here on out, I will be taking over the case personally.
Really?
Yes, really. So, we'll be busy now continuing this investigation.
Yes!
What a sharp child. Even if they look nearly identical, and even if we could retrieve Teddy's Teddy number 2 would still be a completely different Bang-Boo to Holly.
The most treasured moments in life are those shared experiences that cannot...
Okay. Like I've always said, thank you for helping me cover up the lie just now. The next step is to venture into the hollow to rescue the It'll be much too dangerous for you, manager. I'll figure some...
I just tried contacting Qingyi again, but still no reply.
Do you think she went into the hall?
Very. Quickly search Internet for any post that might have been made.
Search complete. There is a suspicious esteemed proxies. I wish to hereby notify you of a Bang-Boo rescue commission based on data analysis and pattern recognition results. The rescue target is likely in the T8AE30. Any interested parties may leave a message. Details to be discussed in person. Meeting face-to-face can effectively advance the work process.
Data analysis and pattern recognition, along with that old-fashioned tone.
Bad news. There have been no responses to the post from any proxy, and the last message was posted by the author 13. I have arrived near the hollow. Just checking one last time. If there are no...
Bell, if we hurry straight to the target area mentioned in the post, we might still make...
Right, let's get going.
Master, I have located Officer Qingyi.
A familiar Bangbu indeed. We meet again. As the #1 wanted proxy on Internet, isn't it a bit careless of you to take the job?
I wanted to see why public security would be recruiting proxies. Consider it as banking some goodwill for future papers.
Huh? What? Did you know it was a job from public security when you accepted it?
To be honest, Officer Qingyi, your post on Internet was...
So it was too obvious, which is why nobody signed up for this gig. Then why would Fig... No! Could you actually be a decent person?
Please don't sound so surprised when trying to compliment someone.
Very well. I suppose it's only fair to show a bit of courtesy now that I require your assistance. The situation is this. I'm tracking a vehicle related to the case, and have found traces that could belong to that. I need a proxy for navigation inside the hollow. Please assist me with... The suspicious vehicle we were staking out was last seen here. All traces of suspicious activity must be investigated. Compared to the legal investigation activities registered by the HIA, everything else counts as suspicious activity. I'm sending the coordinates to you now.
Master, high ether activity detected coming from this forklift. This matches the evidence previously collected.
A forklift? They're not exactly a rare sight in the Hollows. But how should I put this? This particular fork, it seems to be screaming, I'm just a totally normal abandoned forklift. I'm not blocking anything at all. Proxy, don't overdo it. If you encounter danger, get out of there.
Master, unknown distress signal detected. Analysis complete. The distress signal is coming from a Bangbu. A route to the source of the distress signal has been identified.
Officer, we've detected a Bangbu search and rescue signal.
You certainly know what you're doing. So much so that I want to break my promise in a...
Catch me if you can, Officer Grandma.
So infuriating. Slow down. Respecting your elders is a virtue.
I think I just heard a click, but nothing happened.
The ejector failed to launch. Oh, the recklessness of youth. Not to worry, I'll fix it. Don't go running off, Proxy.
The source is just up ahead. Belle, go wait for Qingyi over there.
Strange. The signal should have been coming from here.
Bing Bong's here! The Bangbu Boonappers strike again!
Is someone...
I already said it! I'm Bang... Oh, what do we have here? A little Bangbu that can talk! Don't see that every day. Speaking of which, that emergency signal device that we took off of Bangbu, it is really coming in handy! Seems any Bangbu would fall...
Something's off about this guy. Let's get out of here and find...
Oh? You're not going anywhere. You're property of the Bangbu Boonappers. Here, have a taste of this special bang...
Everything suddenly went black. Did we lose the connection with Eos?
All of a sudden, my...
Your eyes?
Don't worry, I'm okay now. But what about...
Fairy, Can you still connect to EO?
After disconnecting, I've sent 28 reconnection requests. All have failed.
EOS.
I have successfully connected via the backup line, but the transmission is extremely unstable. However, the communication signal between EOS and Qingyi hasn't been damaged. Do you wish to bridge a connection to prevent Master's identity from being exposed? I can add a heavy voice masking effect however, there is still a 43% chance of you being recognized by Officer Qingyi.
Bridge a connection to Qingyi.
Understood. Bridging a
Qingyi, can you hear me?
Oh? Has the connection been restored? Don't worry. I've arrived at the location of the emergency signal. I'll be sure to rescue. I'll need him to get out of this hollow. I don't want to become an ethereal. Officer Qingyi here. I've arrived at the scene. Let's go save your Bangbu. Understood. It's your... Taking your shot. Drop the weapon! You can share the load, Julian. Standing by. Sure. This is the... You asked for it. Stay where you are. No restrictions. Fire at will. The suspect has given up and surrendered.
No! I've had enough! Anyway, what's a public security officer doing around here?
Incorrect. At this moment, Now, tell me, or you'll get a taste of this pepper spray. I mean, special Bangbu spray.
No, wait! No, that is not pepper. Please, let me go!
Concentrated ether solution?
That's right. The person you just heard is a fellow public security investigator. A heinous crime.
Wait, officer! I had no idea. I wouldn't dare do such a thing. Wait.
Then explain. Why did you attack a Bangbu? Where is your base? How did you carry out the crime? I see. So you would use the concentrated ether solution to instantly corrupt the Bangbu and cause its systems to malfunction, disrupting communication, self-recovery modules, and if that's the case, then Teddy wouldn't be able to send out a distress signal to public, kidnapping Bangbu just to dismantle them and sell off the parts? How could he have embarked? By the way, how is your Bangbu doing?
Is it serious?
He doesn't appear to have any cosmetic damage, but it seems like his intelligence has suffered a drop.
Master, I have both good...
Tell me the bad news.
EOS is only capable of basic communication for the time being. The module for collecting holo data has been damaged by 87%. As for the good news, there is no more bad news.
Oh, Teddy has already been sprayed with the ether spray for several days. If we don't hurry, There'll be no... According to Bing Bong's account, there's still a whole pile of stolen Bangbu and we've detained Bing Bong. But if we don't act now, it'll alert the But no matter what, we must continue the rescue.
Agreed. But EOS has been damaged. What should we do?
Officer Qingyi, I believe it is time to use that technology.
We sprung from the same stalk. What need each the other fry? An AI calculating an AI. You mean that technology, right?
Very well.
Wait, you AIs. Mind explaining in human language so we can all understand?
Affirmative. Translating communication into language that can be using distributed computing. A portion of EOS's functions can be installed onto Officer Qingyi.
I still don't quite...
Understood. I will attempt to explain EOS and Qingyi's distributed computing technology in layman. You will use sensory sync with Officer Qingyi. By using distributed computing, you can immediately restore the ability to search the hollow as long as we can maintain stable communication. The risk of using this technology is that Officer Qingyi will also be affected by EOS's
Oh.
It matters not.
Don't overdo it, Qingyi.
Don't worry. I'm a 01NG6 criminal investigation automaton. I'm not such a fragile existence like humans. I've granted you access to my interface, AI.
Understood. Initiating... Packaging distributed virtual interface. HDD unidirectional control on standby.
Activate the connection.
Anyway, the secret passage is right here. Let me give it a scan first. Sure enough, here it is. Looks like Bing Bong wasn't lying after all. Everything's been scanned now. Go to the secret passage and take a look. Oh, it's a shark boo. The chance of it being Teddy is...
Master, your powers of deduction know no bounds. The identity of this shark boo cannot be ascertained, but... This shark boo's chassis is covered in vicious scratches from being stripped down. Reminder, please do not be lulled into a false sense of security by the seemingly cute name of...
Oh, the data's been... They've used the shark boo as a switch to open up the secret passage.
Enter the passcode, and then it's open sesame.
Reminder, there is a 99% probability of...
They've used the I thought...
Although you fell victim... There were 4 disagreed. There were 4 disagreed.
We've pieced together the clues. Enter the passcode to the secret passage to open it. You haven't forgotten it, have you, Proxy?
Mm-hmm. I remember the passcode. It's...
Open green tea!
so many Bangbu, and they all need rescuing.
Sufficient gear coins paid. Authentication successful. Opening valve. Please note, for the space bank...
Just like the shark also... It's
This door needs a key. Let's go find...
It's still conscious. Hold on. I'll get you out. It's completely destroyed. Why is this Bangbu's face twitching like that?
Master, it has...
I am Officer Qingyi. Hmm? Don't push it too far. Huh? Phew. Taking the shot. Sure. Huh? You can share the load, Ren. Huh?
The pleasure's all yours.
Stay where you are! Sustain fire.
The corruption isn't link up to the...
It's the POV of the Electroboo. Looks like we've successfully accessed its memory.
It shocked its way through the door lock using high voltage. That's no small feat.
This is deep inside the Bangbu Boonapper's base. It's enormous.
There are the guards, just as expected.
I heard something. Huh? What's the Bangbu doing here? Is it an escapee? Don't move!
Huh? I think I just saw the silhouette of it. Hang on. Teddy has a nick on his ear from when the corruption is starting to Now that we know where Teddy is.
We can't let any of our...
This guy really knows how to fight.
You're at the boss finds out about this! Ouch! What? Oh! Trying to squeeze your way through? Oh, you'll never make it out. Ah! The Bangbu are escaped! Why you? What do you think you're...
The data's been corrupted. Go and manually... The Electroboo should still be mobile. If I'm not mistaken, we can follow it in, and we should run into it while it is making... There's still some information missing. Keep look... The data has been recovered.
It's a thug that's on a similar... It's a thug that's on a similar...
This should be the Electroboo. Oh, the shocked Bangbu.
Keep beating them silly.
thug is their boss. He's both stronger and smarter than any of the thugs we've run into so far. Look, the gloves that 0.73% guy used to pick up the Electroboo are completely scorched. Meaning, we can trace his fingerprints. Turns out that 0.73% guy is no joke. He's a fugitive suspect in 3 criminal investigations. No wonder he has... Well, seeing as you're so keen to come down to the precinct, don't blame me if I show you no mercy next...
The Electroboo converts its last remnant. Belle,
That's pretty much all of the info. The Electroboo has been a real help. Teddy should be right. It's that 0.73% guy. It's completely destroyed. Out of the way. It's completely destroyed. I told you, I'm in a...
The pressure's so high. The target is just up ahead. Qingyi, can you hold on?
I'm fine. Saving Teddy is what's important.
Huh?
You can share the load, huh?
Taking the shot.
Yeah!
What's this?
An elite enemy? Now things are starting to get a bit tricky. Nevertheless, I'm still going to get all of the civilians out of here. None left behind.
Move it!
No restrictions! Fire at will!
I'll take you.
Watch your surroundings!
The pleasure's all yours.
Cease and desist! Sustain fire!
Okay. Justice will be served.
Going all out!
less than 50 meters. The hollow exit is just up ahead.
Qingyi, do you copy? Can you make it?
Humans. Such an interesting species. These aren't living creatures. Yet they won't abandon them, no matter what. This obsession, longing and suffering. Is that what life truly is?
Three strikes and you're done, right? We've already had public security's help 3 times now. Why don't we just skip today?
You misunderstand. I'm just here to express my gratitude. You 2 upstanding citizens helped me investigate the missing... Teddy was repaired and I took him to Holly. It was quite moving.
Don't worry about it. Besides, we didn't really help that much.
Right. If it weren't for Qingyi, then we could have easily lost Eve.
Huh? What was that you were saying?
Oh, I was just thinking to ask how you've recovered, Qing.
My body is fine, of course. After some maintenance, I'm feeling even better than before. If anything, the real headache is that Juyuan and her constant nagging about how reckless we were.
Juyuan is probably just hoping that you will take better care of your...
Actually, I'm not a person who doesn't look after myself. I've always known how important I am. It's just that as automatons, our views on life are quite different from those of humans. In the end, the purpose of intelligent machines is to be discarded in place of humans when danger arises. However, you could say I felt a certain weight inside the hollow.
Huh? What happened in the hollow?
Well, I guess I could say that I understood the... I don't know. Maybe I've been affected by humans.
Actually, it doesn't matter if we're talking about a Bangbu or... We've never thought of you as something that could just be discarded.
Right. Both of you are important and irreplaceable
A friendly reminder, Master. If you are handing out compliments, then please, don't forget.
I suppose this is a similar feeling to what happened inside...
And yet, you still haven't actually told us what happened.
If you're so curious, then perhaps you'd be interested in applying to become an assistant public security...
Become a public security officer? No, that's not for me. Besides, community service work is way too...
Speaking of which, after Juyuan heard the whole story, she decided to put the plan to completely abolish Internat on hold. As for the local community services, unfortunately, that will become a standardized project in the future. By the way, I also brought the horror movies I rented for community service last time. I felt like the scenes where someone was possessed really resonated.
Oh, what do you mean? How would an intelligent machine empathize? We can't let Eos meet Qingyi.
Huh? When did you get here, Eos? Bang...
The feeling of being possessed is indeed unbearable, but it really does seem to make you stronger, doesn't it? You can share the love.
The pressure's so high. The target is just up ahead. Qingyi, can you hold on?
I'm fine. Saving Teddy is what's important. Don't push it too far. Yep.
You actually made it this far! What's this?
An elite enemy? Now things are starting to get a bit tricky. Nevertheless, I'm still going to get all of the civilians out of here. None left behind. This is the pleasure's all yours.
Going all out! Don't even try it. You're surrounded!
Move it!
Hold again. Justice will be served.
Cease and desist!